My name is Rachel Miller, and I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Ohio. For the most part, my life is predictable. Work during the day, cooking dinner at night, and weekends spent tending to my little garden. But what happened one stormy night when a family friend stayed over changed everything I thought I knew about trust, comfort, and the way life can surprise you when you least expect it. It started on a Friday evening in late autumn. The air was crisp, and the trees were already bare from shedding their leaves. I had just finished dinner when I got a call from Daniel Carter, a longtime family friend. Daniel had grown up just 2 houses down from me, and though we hadn't stayed in touch constantly, we always found our way back into each other's lives through community gatherings, birthdays, and holidays. That night, Daniel's voice sounded tired on the phone. "Rachel, I hate to ask you this, but could I crash at your place tonight? My flight got delayed, and by the time I got back, my apartment building had a power outage. No heat, no lights. It's freezing in there." I didn't even hesitate. Daniel had always been kind, respectful, and trustworthy. "Of course," I said. "I've got the guest room ready. You know you're always welcome here." By the time Daniel arrived, it was already past 9. The rain was pouring heavily, and thunder rumbled in the distance. I opened the door to find him standing there in his black coat, shivering slightly from the cold. His brown hair was damp, and his glasses were fogged up from the shift between the chilly outdoors and the warmth of my house. "You're a lifesaver," he said with a sheepish smile as he stepped inside. We chatted for a while in the living room. I made him a cup of tea, and he told me about his work trip. Daniel was an architect, and his job often had him flying from city to city. I admired his dedication, though I could tell the constant travel took a toll on him. "You look exhausted," I teased. "You have no idea," he chuckled. "Airports drain the life out of me." By 11 p.m., we were both yawning. I showed him the guest room, freshly made up with clean sheets and an extra blanket. He thanked me again, and I wished him good night before heading upstairs to my own room. I remember lying in bed, listening to the storm outside. The rain tapped relentlessly against the windows, and every now and then, a streak of lightning would light up the room. It was the kind of night where you'd expect to drift into a deep, cozy sleep. But instead, something happened at midnight that I will never forget. I had just glanced at the clock, 12:03 a.m., when I heard it, a sound from downstairs. At first, I thought it was just the house settling from the storm. But then it came again, a soft creak, followed by what sounded like footsteps. Slow. Careful. I froze. My first thought was that Daniel couldn't sleep and was probably heading to the kitchen for a glass of water. But something about the way the footsteps moved made me uneasy. They weren't steady or casual. They were hesitant, almost like someone was trying not to be heard. I quietly slipped out of bed, my heart pounding. I tiptoed toward the staircase, holding my breath as I strained to listen. The house was dimly lit from the street lamp outside, but the lower floor was cloaked in shadow. Then I heard it, a door creaking open. The guest room door. That was when my stomach dropped. Daniel was supposed to be in there, asleep. So, why did it sound like he was coming out at midnight? Or worse, what if it wasn't Daniel at all?